Hello, YouTube. Guess we're going to stay on the current topics today, that being the Pope. Fucking seatbelt. So, when I was in my mid to early 20s, I had a close encounter of the Pope kind. The Pope came to Detroit. The Polish Pope, Pope John Paul, and we went to see him. Me and my brother was actually there, and a couple of buddies. And we got drunker than hell. We went to see the Pope, and for us, you know, we treated it like a sporting event. You know, we're going, Pope! The Detroit papers and the news made it sound like, you know, this was going to be this huge event, so you better get there early or you're not going to be able to park. And you know, there was all of 250 people there. A lot of them drunk like we were. And we watched the Pope, and I bought a Pope button. I still have that Pope button. And we listened to the Pope. Actually, you know, for living in a palace and, you know, having a gold-plated toilet seat and everything, he talked about, you know, how the rich should be, you know, more magnanimous towards the poor, and so he said a few things that were okay. You could just barely understand them. And the funny part was at the very end, the Pope gets done speaking, and one of the crowd, of course you get 250 people anywhere, there's going to be several lunatics amongst them. One of the people in the crowd, a young man, he jumps up on a big cement block and he starts screaming about how the Pope is actually an alien from another planet, and you know, he's a female of the species and everything. And I think it may have been a young Alex Jones that was doing that, and he's yelling all this gibberish. And the crowd, you know, before that had slowly been dispersing. And while he's up there yelling, I bent over and I picked up a small rock and I threw the rock at him. And like any good crowd, you see somebody get hit with a rock, well, you're going to throw some rocks too. So the whole crowd starts stoning this guy, and he runs away. He didn't get killed or nothing, but it was very funny. This was in the 80s in Detroit, Michigan. So that's my Pope story, and we ended up drinking all night in Detroit. There was a scene at Shane Park where I had somebody on the hood of my station wagon, or on the roof of the station wagon, you know, clinging on to the luggage rack for dear life while I did donuts in the gravel. And my dumbass brother got a hotel room at the Renaissance Center on his credit card, and we went there and got all fucked up, and I dumped what I thought was shampoo. I dumped on my head, but it was actually cologne. very fun night in downtown Detroit. That's it. I'm going to keep them short. That was just the ridiculous nature of the Pope.